Namaste, my friends, and welcome to Monday Morning Meditation. This is the first meditation for 2022 for our meditation group. I hope you'll join us. Our focus today is opening to presence, a different way to be aware of being aware. So grab your blanket, a little bit of water, find a comfy spot away from most of the distractions of the day, if you can find it, where you can spend a few moments to enjoy and experience pure presence. So let's get started. Our first meditation for 2022. I'm just gonna push you back a tiny bit. Yes, sorry, brain fart. Please make sure you have a comfortable place to sit. Let's go through our housekeeping, shall we? Our comfortable place to sit, for me, it is my meditation room, my studio, my very small studio, but still my studio. On my bolster, you can see behind me my Buddha. For myself, a quiet spot, perhaps some water. Today we're going to focus a little bit more on presence, opening to presence, more specifically pure presence. Up till now, in our 8 weeks, if you can believe that, 8 weeks, we've been working together on different facets of meditation. We've done breath work, various different breath works, various different forms of focus, sometimes on breath, sometimes on sound, sometimes on an object. We did a candle meditation, we've used beads, and we've experimented with different ways to remove ourselves from those pesky thoughts that seem to come in when we try and settle and calm, when we sit down into that comfortable place and we try and meditate. Oftentimes these thoughts, these pesky little things, remember we've talked about them as being the waves on the surface of the water and the clouds that come across the sky. And we talked about different ways to kind of step back from that and just observe them. So we're going to move into another facet now of meditation, in particular, opening to presence, being able to observe these things without getting caught up in them from a different way. More specifically, our presence. So let's just go quickly through it one more time. For me, I have my blanket, I have my comfy clothes, I have my bolster. Find your quiet spot away from the distractions of the day and make sure that you're comfortable. Let's sit nice and tall. Roll those shoulders up to the ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as they roll down the back. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, squeeze and lower. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, up, 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 up. Exhale, squeeze, lower. And last time, up, tall, tall. Exhale, squeeze and lower. And now as we push our sit bones into the seat or the mat or the bolster, we feel the shoulders fall away from the ears. I invite you now to close your eyes. Turn your focus to the cadence of the breath, the gentle inhales and exhales. Just noticing the way your body breathes with our eyes closed. Couple of breaths here, just a bit of a preparation. Maybe your chest rises high, high, high. Maybe it's just a gentle rise and fall. Or maybe you're like me and love the big Buddha belly breaths, where the chest rises and then the belly expands. And on the exhale, we pull the belly button gently to the spine first, and then let the chest relax. Whichever breath you use or choose, 2 thumbs up. Let's do a couple more. Trying to keep that spine nice and tall to allow the energy to flow. In Kundalini specifically, we like to sit very tall and straight to allow that energy to move up and down the spine. Continuing to feel those shoulders fall away from the ears and sitting nice and tall. Now today for our breath, I want to speak a little bit about opening to presence. So while I do, let's settle into a comfortable breath. I'm going to make the choice easy because it's the new year and we're probably a little bit overwhelmed with everything that's ahead of us for the new year. So many things to consider, so many things to do. So let's just start with a long exhale today. So if we were to inhale, we'll use the example of 2. Inhale to a count of 2. Let's exhale for double that. Exhale to 4. Inhale 1, 2. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Now settle into that comfortable pattern. Inhaling for 2. Maybe it's 3 for you, doesn't matter. Whatever your inhale, double your exhale. Sitting nice and tall with the eyes closed. And I'm going to share a little bit with you about opening to presence. Just as we can train our bodies with physical exercise, we can also train our minds through the practice of meditation. Over our 8 weeks together of practice last year, we've worked towards developing our ability to remain stable and settle through distraction. We've used a number of objects as anchors: breath, mantra, beads, mental images. We've also explored various ways to be aware of our own thinking and not being caught up by it. So important. Now we're going to work on extending that training. Over the next few weeks, we're going to explore techniques that cultivate awareness of awareness itself, being aware of being aware. And also to improve our ability to hold our awareness in the present moment, right here. These practices are known as open awareness meditations. They're a little different from what we've explored in previous sessions, and that we won't use an object or an anchor for our minds. Instead, we'll learn to use the ever-changing nature of our experience as the focus for each awareness, or focus of awareness, During this practice, we'll simply be open, awake, and alert to whatever arises within the internal and external landscape of our experience. The internal landscape being our thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations, whatever we feel inside and on our bodies. And the external landscape contains all that we can perceive with our 5 senses. It's about developing our capacity to be present to whatever arises in our life experience, retaining the element of gracious mind awareness, but without focusing on any specific object. Open awareness meditations help us grow a kind of panoramic awareness. It's like taking one of those panoramic photos in your camera, the one where you have to spin around almost 360 degrees. So cool. An awareness of whatever's happening in the present moment without using a specific anchor or focus of the mind. Other names for these types of practices are open monitoring or non-directive meditations. There are several approaches to open awareness meditations. One commonly practiced in Theravadan Buddhist traditions, which is a spiritual lineage that has profoundly influenced the mindfulness movement and has also shaped the way in which the majority of us Westerners encounter meditation today. Another method, I'm going to mispronounce this, so I'm sorry, Dzogchen, Dzogchen, is an advanced Tibetan Buddhist practice. For those of you that know the proper pronunciation, my apologies. Somebody please help me. In this practice, meditators are encouraged to turn their attention towards the awareness that is attending. In Zen tradition, this approach is called backward step because it encourages us to step out and away from our common routine of engaging with experiences in the foreground of life, the sights, the sounds, the thoughts, and step into the background presence, or the space from which all things arise. In most traditional contexts, these open awareness practices are taught after a student has become familiar with settling and stabilizing the mind, using an anchor such as breath or mantra, all the things that we've done so far. It's certainly possible for beginners to start with open awareness. However, they can easily find themselves swept away by the thought that floats through, the emotions we're currently facing or feeling, or something with our external senses. Should you find this happening as we move forward, remember your anchors. You can step back. You can take another look at what's going on. Let's look at our first concept, non-judgment. Being open and impartial to our experiences, clearing the pathway for new perspectives and greater wisdom. Observing our own thoughts without judgment. I lost my spot. I'm sorry. There it is. Observing our own thoughts without judgment gives us that opportunity to begin to notice the editing, analyzing, intellectualizing aspects of our minds. This means we can cultivate a greater awareness and intentionality in our day-to-day experiences. Non-judgment isn't easy for a lot of us, including myself. Number one student of judgment, self-judgment, that is. Like swimming upstream against a strong evolutionary hardwiring, our brains are judgment machines. Like or dislike something, we judge something as being good or bad. Something is maybe important or unimportant. Let's remember all of this is okay. Trying to cultivate the quality of non-judgment doesn't mean judgment is bad. We often judge so quickly that all of our we often tend to judge so quickly all of our experiences, become colored by past events and old standpoints. When this happens, we can miss out on a fresh perspective and experience life in a new way, or maybe more than one way. Many ways. In mindfulness meditations, the concept, quality, and attitude of non-judgment doesn't require us to change our preferences or opinions. Rest assured, all meditators, even the most practiced, still have them. So will we. It's simply the nature of our bodies to prefer some experiences over others. The practice of mindfulness prevents us from being at the mercy of those conditions or getting swept away by them. That way, we're able to make more skillful choices. And that's why it's important that we recognize when we see these things start to happen, to take that step back. And when we notice the judgment as judgment and gently unhook ourselves from that particular storyline, allow it to play in the background if it must, While continuing to follow the instructions of our meditation practice, we come back to the present. So let's take a moment to bring our breathing back to a normal pattern, whatever that inhale feels like for you, and the exhale, leaving our extended exhale breath. Today we're going to work on the practice of pure presence. This practice gives us a gentle inroad into an open awareness meditation. Let's remember to keep our mind open and not alarmed, just aware. If we wander, which we can often do, let's check these new techniques out. Totally normal if we wander. We're just going to slowly bring ourselves back. And through practice, we're going to be able to get into this open awareness concept. We're going to readjust, find that comfy spot one more time. We have been sitting for about 15 minutes, so let's reassess that comfy spot. Close the eyes. Return our attention back to the breath, whatever comfortable breath that is for you. And let's enjoy 3 slow and easy breaths together with eyes closed. Fill the abdomen on the inhale. Soften the belly on the exhale. Notice the movements in the chest and torso. The sound of the breath. Just gently noticing. Now, set your mind free. With your eyes closed, let it roam and wander. It will soon become aware of something. Perhaps a thought, a sound. Maybe the heat comes on. A physical sensation, perhaps. An itch. The feeling of heat just coming on. Maybe you still have laundry to fold in the laundry room. I know I do. What's for dinner? The temperature in the room. The idea here, as we continue to breathe with our eyes closed, is to be attentive to whatever comes up without necessarily grasping onto it. As soon as you note it appear, acknowledge it and let it go. Notice whatever you notice and let it go. As we do this, we're learning to become aware of being aware. More specifically, aware of the awareness that lies underneath our thoughts. We're trying to remain relaxed, yet still alert, clear, and aware. We're not fixed on any one particular thing, and we're not distracted. We're not modifying or changing thoughts, feelings, or body sensations. We're allowing all things to be just as they are. We're viewing these experiences and appearances as perfectly equal, not liking or disliking, not judging anything as better or worse. Maybe the next door neighbor has just locked his car. Notice the sound and then release it. Perhaps you notice a lingering scent, a candle, cologne, soap from a shower. Or I have many flowers here in my room from the summer. I can smell them. Sometimes that is my awareness and let it go. Maybe your stomach is grumbling a little because breakfast is after our meditation. Whatever it is, observe it and let it go. If you find yourself caught up in analysis or judgment of any of these experiences, don't stress it. No hard times here. Observe the experience as it is. Take a breath. Redirect your attention back to the breath, back to the awareness that underlies the experience. Take that step back. Imagine all thoughts, feelings, and external objects as non-permanent, transitory, like the clouds across the sky we experienced in our sky meditation. We're trying to imagine our awareness as a mirror. It simply notices and reflects whatever appears in front of it, without clinging, clutching, indulging, or judging. Rest in a sense of spaciousness that arises when the mind ceases to resist or grasp on all of those thoughts or any one particular experience. The spaciousness can feel so freeing, so expansive. As beginners to this practice, let's remember not to worry if the mind wanders. I know I say this over and over again, but it's only because it happens over and over again. It's completely normal. We gently but persistently return to where we want to be, behind, in the back of the mirror, watching the reflection, just being present and being aware. Notice and release. Notice whatever comes by, release it. Let it go by. The whole time we're remaining relaxed, yet alert with this state of reflection. Staying comfortable in that breath, tall, straight spine. Being aware of being aware. Now, to come back to the present and to end our awareness of awareness exercise for today. For the next few breaths, let's use our 5 senses to expand the awareness from just our breath to the larger room. Grounding with sounds of the space around you, the feeling of your tush on the mat, bolster or pillow. Perhaps if you're like me, There's a blanket in your lap. Can you feel the blanket on your legs? What sounds can you hear in the room you're in? Are there any smells? And when you feel ready and back in the room and in the present moment, let's drop the chin towards the chest together. Slowly open our eyes. And we draw the head back up. Come back. Now that we are in week 9, what? Of our meditation practice. And we've actually ended our 2021 year. I'm hopeful that one of your intentions for this new year, you found a favorite practice, something that speaks to you, something that resonates, so that you can spend a couple of minutes each day. Doesn't have to even be all at once. I know everybody's super busy. There's so much going on. Even take a breath in the car. Possibly sit in a quiet place. Walk and breathe. Take a screen break from the computer. Please, 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 please. I'm going to come on later this week with some very brief exercises we can do to take a break from the screen. Because we're always on the darn screen. Even right now we're on the screen. Sit in silence with your chosen anchor for even a minute a day. Commit to 5 deep breaths when you feel anxious. I need to think about that one myself. Perhaps re-experience those chores around the house. We talked about that a few weeks ago. Quite a different experience going through laundry, for example, or even cleaning dishes using the 5 senses. Try it. I'm not kidding. It is so awesome. Every sense, the smell, the touch, the sight, the feel. So cool. Spend some time each day in a mindfully focused way. The benefits are awesome. Now let's close our practice for today. Let's bring our hands together. Gentle rub. We're going to throw a little bit of Kundalini in there. Settle those thumbs at heart center, gently pressing into the sternum. Deep breath in. Fill the lungs with fresh energy, fresh prana. Exhale and relax. Namaste, my friends. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your need. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from the highest source. I salute that source in you. Let's work together for unity and love. Mahatma Gandhi. Have a wonderful day, my friends. Enjoy what is this today? The 3rd day? Yes, it's the 3rd day of 2021. 2022? I can't even say 2022 yet. Enjoy your day and your week, and I hope to see you back next week for another Monday morning meditation. Lots of new stuff on the group, so check it out. We have some new teachers, we have some new classes, we have a couple changes to the schedule. So exciting, so exciting. Have a great day, my friends. Thank you for joining me for Monday morning meditation, my friends. An opportunity to be more aware in just a little bit different way. We've been exploring and experiencing different ways to take that step back and be aware. Today's opening to presence or pure presence was another tool for the toolbox, another way to step back and experience, let those things flow by. I hope you found it helpful. please let me know. Leave me a comment below. Take a moment to hit the bell to be subscribed for new videos. I am trying to do meditations each Monday on our Facebook group, Strength and Mobility with Creative Soul Yoga, all back into yoga basics. This 2022 new year, we've got some new teachers joining the group. We've got a few changes to this schedule. Come and check it out. There's lots going on in a wonderful community, and we would love to have you join our tribe. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next Monday for another Monday morning meditation. My name is Kathleen Osmond. Namaste.